What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2010 holiday special Scared Shrekless. This is the second holiday special in the Shrek franchise after Shrek the Halls, and this time it's a Halloween special. And in this one, Shrek, Donkey, Puss in Boots, the three little pigs, the big bad wolf, and Pinocchio and Gingy go to Lord Farquaad's castle to tell scary stories and see who will last the longest staying there and everything, and whoever wins, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it's just mostly a bet to see who would be able to stay there the longest and everything, and they each of them tell their own little stories, kind of spoofing horror movies and everything. The first one is Gingy. He does like a Bride of Frankenstein story called Bride of Gingy, and makes fun of course, Bride of Frankenstein, but it also makes fun of Night of the Living Dead. He has the Muffin Man create this girl for him so that he could have a new girlfriend, and she becomes obsessed with him and everything, and he thinks he has gotten rid of her and stuff, and she ends up multiplying into a bunch of zombie gingerbread cookies and everything. It's really, really funny, short and everything, and he claims that it was a true story, but saying that all these zombie cookies ate him and stuff, which obviously meant he was lying, but that part was really funny and stuff. And right after he finishes telling the story, the three little pigs run away, and the wolf ends up going with them because they're his ride and everything. But I thought that was a really, really funny story. And then the second story is the Boots Motel, which is making fun of Psycho, and it's Puss and Donkey recreating the story of Psycho and everything, and Prince Charming is supposed to be Norman Bates and everything, and they're fighting over who's actually going to be which characters and stuff. And this one is my least favorite out of all the stories because they keep bickering through the whole thing, and it just kind of got annoying. They're trying to up one each other on it, and that one was just not a very good story and everything. Personally, I didn't enjoy that one very much. And then the last one, after Puss in Boots leaves, and it's down to just Pinocchio and Donkey and Shrek. Shrek tells his story, which is the Shrekexorcist, which obviously is making fun of the Exorcist, and Pinocchio is taking place of Reagan and everything. He has a voice inside his head and everything, and it's absolutely hilarious. And it makes fun of the scene when what's his name is falling down the stairs and everything, and right after Pinocchio falls down the stairs and stuff, the voice inside his head, we find out, is Jiminy Cricket. It jumps out of his head and he stomps on it and stuff and everything, right after Jiminy Cricket is talking about being his conscience and all that, and his voice sounds just like the Disney version and everything. It's like really, really hilarious. Middle finger to Disney, like one of the last times the Shrek franchise does this and everything. Is absolutely hilarious and everything. And then Shrek shows Pinocchio a dead cricket, and Pinocchio runs off, and then it's just him and Donkey, and they start hearing voices and stuff, and Donkey gets scared and runs off. We find out that it's Fiona and the babies making the noises and stuff to scare him away and everything, and Shrek's like, that's why we're the kings of Halloween and stuff like that. And then the short ends with them taking some eggs and going and waiting by the wall, and you see like the silhouettes of the seven dwarfs walking during the hi-ho sequence, and they're getting ready to throw the eggs at them. It's pretty much the big close to the whole Shrek franchise, really, and everything. And even though the movie Shrek Forever After was a perfect ending to the franchise. To me, this was just as good though. It was absolutely hilarious. Kind of brings everything full circle. The first movie was a big FU to Disney, and this one was like one last ditch effort to give them the finger one last time, and it's just absolutely hilarious, especially in that last scene. And also on the DVD special features, you get a Shrek version of Thriller and stuff, and while the song itself isn't very great, I like the video and stuff because you like see the zombie characters of all of the characters that have died in this franchise, which until I saw this short, I didn't realize how many people actually die in this franchise. Like you got Farquaad, Prince Charming, Rumple, which actually he didn't die though. That was kind of weird having him as he was just one of the extras as a zombie. And then Fairy Godmother and King Harold, and it's like, wow, a lot of characters have actually died in this franchise, and it's just really funny, short and everything. And I really like Scared Shrekless. I think it's really good and everything. The animation is good on here, although it's out of all of the Shrek stuff, this is probably the least good quality of animation, if that makes sense. Like, the animation isn't on par with the movies and the Shrek the Halls, or even the Ghost of Lord Farquaad ride special thing. Like, the animation isn't up to the same quality as those, but it's still pretty good. And this is the only Shrek thing that Eddie Murphy didn't come back to voice Donkey on. I guess Shrek Forever After was the end of his contract and he didn't want to do anything else, so he didn't come back for this one, and he's replaced by Dean Edwards, who is pretty good. I mean, there's a few parts in here where he doesn't really sound like Donkey, but for the most part he does a really good impression of Eddie Murphy. And since it's a holiday special, it's not as bad because it's not as long and stuff. And when I think Dean Edwards also did Donkey's voice in the Thriller video, and he actually sounds just like Eddie Murphy in the Thriller video and stuff, especially when he's singing. That part really surprised me because I had seen the video and stuff before I bought the DVD and really could look into it to see who were the voices, and nobody came back for the Thriller one, but they got really good voices for all of them except for the one who voiced Fiona. And I think Antonio Banderas actually did come back to voice Puss in Boots in that, but I'm not 100% on that either. But all the others were good, and I wouldn't have known it wasn't the original cast if it wasn't for the fact that it says it in the credits. And also in that little short, they're going to the movies and stuff and seeing a movie that's like a parody of Sound of Music, and you see Queen Lily is Maria on the screen and stuff, which was really cool reference to Julie Andrews being the voice of Queen Lily and playing Maria in the Sound of Music. I thought that was pretty cool too. But I really enjoyed Scared Shrekless. It was one that I didn't rewatch again for a really long time, and I just recently got it on DVD a couple years ago, and I've watched it a few times since then, mainly during Halloween season and everything. But I really enjoy it. It's one that now that I've got it on DVD, I watch it a lot more because they don't play it on TV every year like they do Shrek the Halls and stuff. But I think it's a pretty decent one. I know a lot of people don't really talk about it, and I think part of it, with Eddie Murphy not being in it, nobody really cares about it, and I can get that. But I think it's a fun little holiday special and everything. It's not as good as Shrek the Halls or anything, but it's still really fun and everything. So I'd say I'd give Scared Shrekless a 7 out of 10. It might have gotten an 8 if it wasn't for the Boots Motel sequence. That scene, just, it had some funny moments, but it was kind of annoying and everything. But yeah, so anyway, that's my review for Scared Shrekless. Let me know in the comments what you think of this holiday special, because I don't really hear people talk about this one very much. I'm kind of curious to see what people think of it, and hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.